President Trump has taken significant action to reshape the public service loan forgiveness program through a new executive order targeting nonprofits allegedly involved in illegal activities. This marks a substantial shift in how the PSLF program, which has helped over 1 million borrowers since 2007, will operate moving forward. The changes come at a time when student loan programs are already facing disruptions, with income-driven repayment applications temporarily unavailable through the Department of Education. The executive order's core provision states that individuals employed by organizations whose activities have a substantial illegal purpose shall not be eligible for public service loan forgiveness. This represents a major change to a program that traditionally offered debt relief to government employees and nonprofit workers after making 10 years of consecutive payments. The PSLF program has been particularly important for public servants like police officers and teachers, along with nonprofit sector employees who commit to long-term public service careers. The administration's rationale, as outlined in the executive order, argues that PSLF has misdirected tax dollars into activist organizations that not only fail to serve the public interest, but actually harm our national security and American values, sometimes through criminal means. A Trump staffer elaborated on this position, explaining that certain nonprofit employees work at organizations that engage in illegal, or what we would consider to be improper activities supporting, for example, illegal immigration or foreign terrorist organizations or otherwise law-breaking activities. The implementation of these changes will fall to newly confirmed Education Secretary Linda McMahon, who has been tasked with redefining the term public service. This new definition will explicitly exclude organizations deemed to have a substantial illegal purpose, including those that help violate federal immigration law, support terrorism, enable child abuse, or engage in other specified illegal activities. The Department of Education and Department of the Treasury will work together to modify the program's eligibility requirements and enforcement mechanisms. This policy shift stands in stark contrast to the Biden administration's approach, which had expanded access to loan forgiveness and set records for debt relief through PSLF. The Trump executive order specifically criticizes the previous administration, stating they abused the PSLF program through a waiver process, using taxpayer funds to pay off loans for employees still years away from the statutorily required number of payments. This criticism highlights the fundamental disagreement between the two administrations regarding the program's proper scope and implementation. The PSLF program, established in 2007 under the College Cost Reduction and Access Act, has been a crucial pathway for public service workers to manage their student loan debt. With more than 1 million borrowers having received debt forgiveness through the program, these new restrictions could significantly impact future applicants and potentially reshape the nonprofit sector's ability to recruit and retain talented employees. The program's original intent was to encourage graduates to pursue careers in public service by offering a path to debt relief after a decade of service. The timing of these changes is particularly significant as they coincide with broader disruptions in student loan services. The temporary shutdown of income-driven repayment applications by the Department of Education creates additional challenges for borrowers trying to navigate their repayment options. This combination of program changes and administrative hurdles may create uncertainty for current and prospective public service workers relying on PSLF for their long-term financial planning. This executive order represents a fundamental shift in how public service is defined and rewarded through federal loan programs. The changes could have far-reaching implications for the nonprofit sector, particularly organizations working on immigration, international affairs, and social justice issues. As the Departments of Education and Treasury begin implementing these new guidelines, organizations and employees will need to carefully evaluate their eligibility under the modified program requirements. The full impact of these changes will likely become apparent as affected organizations adapt their operations and employees reassess their career paths in light of these new restrictions.